Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing what is in my travel makeup bag video. I have it right behind me. I just recently came back from vacation. As you guys saw in my last video, I just came back from Miami, Florida, and the Florida Keys. And I packed this little bag and I was able to fit everything in this for my whole week. And I went out at night and did certain things, and I sort of just brought my essentials. So this is like my what's in my travel makeup bag, but also just like my bare makeup essentials, like one of each. I did go a little bit more overboard, and I'll get into that. This bag was a little bit more stuffed just because I like to switch things out, but for the most part, if I need to be just take what I'm gonna need for each day makeup wise, this is exactly what I'll pack. So if you'll like to see what is in my travel makeup bag, just keep watching. When I went to Miami, I brought this bag, but I also brought along this, which I just wanted to give it a little bit of a shout out. This is the Naked on the Run palette, and it looks like this. It has this really beautiful like huge mirror. You can see it's gonna give like a flashback though, and what it has in there is basically your just bare essentials. So it has bronzer, blush, highlight, shadows, which I love these shadows, a lip gloss, a eyeliner, and then a mascara was in here, but I actually used it all up already. So there are pros and cons to this palette. I really wanted it when I had seen it in the store, maybe like a year or two ago, and I was like, oh my god, that is so awesome, and I really need it, but I didn't want to pay. It was originally like $50 or $60, and I didn't want to pay that, so I waited till it went on sale. It was getting discontinued, and it was $30, so I don't feel as bad that I didn't pay as much or didn't pay full price for it. But there are pros and cons. Like I said, the products in here are really good. Mascara is great, the eyeliner is amazing, the lip gloss is great, all the shadows are really beautiful, bronzer, blush, highlighter, all beautiful products. This mirror is awesome. That is awesome, so I'm really glad about those things. But there are a couple cons. It is not that travel friendly, which I didn't think. I was like, oh, it's perfect for traveling, I'll just take that and then I'm good to go. Well, you have to take brushes, which is, it does take a little bit more room, but I was like, this is kind of heavy and thick. If you can see that, like, it's pretty thick, so it isn't the best for traveling. I did take it and I'm just trying to use it, so I did take it on my vacation with me this time, but I don't always take it, so I just wanted to talk about this a little bit. Another thing, the mascara, it is a travel size mascara. It's the Urban Decay Perversion mascara, which is really awesome, but once you use it up, this little hole, since it is for a travel size mascara, you would need another travel size mascara to be able to fit in here. It's not like the eyeliner and lip gloss where they're just sort of standard sizes, and I could throw another lip gloss in here, I could throw another eyeliner in here. This is like really hard for another mascara to fit in there, and you run out of mascara a lot quicker than you do lip gloss or anything like that, because it dries out and you just go through it. So those are the cons. If I had to do it over again, I probably wouldn't have bought this, but nonetheless, I really do love these shadows, and I do get use out of it. But if I had to spend $30 on this versus $30 on a different palette, I probably would have gone with a more travel-friendly palette. So that is just my little 2 cents on this. I don't know if it's even available anymore on UrbanDecay.com, but this is something that I sometimes take with me on vacation. Like I said, I brought it this time, but I don't always bring it, so I just wanted to talk about this a little bit beforehand. That's why this was more stuffed, because I also had this in there, so it was a little bit more like there was no squishiness whatsoever. It was stuffed to the brim. Okay, so getting into the bag. This bag is a Betsey Johnson makeup bag, and I really love it. It is just the perfect size. Has this little side pocket that I can kind of just stuff stuff into. Has this really cute like lightning bolt zipper. It's just a really high quality bag. Black inside. It's just really awesome. My mom had gotten this for me, and I love it. It is my favorite out of all my makeup bags I have. So I always take this one with me. That's one thing that never changes. I always take this bag. I'm going to try to go in a little bit of an order and just show you guys my essentials, what I bring on vacation. So the first thing is a primer. On a daily basis, or if I'm going out at night like right now, I have 2 primers on. I have this one, which is the NYX Pore Filler. I've talked about it in videos before. It's really great. It's a great dupe for the Benefit POREfessional. I took this just because it's little. It's actually, I squished it a little bit because it's almost out, and it was just a little bit more compact. So I took this, but on a normal basis I use this, and then as well I use my Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm to just keep everything intact. But for vacation I just took this. I didn't find it necessary to bring this huge thing and stick it in here. So this is the primer I brought. You could probably get a better, the Benefit Professional is smaller actually, but this one isn't super huge that it's not fine for traveling. Next for foundation, I took 2 foundations with me. I took first for like nighttime, going out to dinner, things like that. I took my Chanel, this is the Vital Lumiere, and this is SPF 15, which is really awesome for vacation and for travel. And this is in the shade Avoir or 07. And so it looks like this. The reason I brought this one versus my Makeup Forever, I do like my Makeup Forever one a lot more, to be honest. But this one is darker, and I'm like a little bit tan right now, so my Makeup Forever one is a little bit too light. This is really great, probably if you have dry skin. My mom has dry skin. She used to love this, but it was too light for her, so she gave it to me. For me, I do find I have oily skin, and I find it breaks up really, really badly during the day. And it just slides around a lot on oily skin. I wear this to work a lot just because I'm trying to get rid of it. I'm like right at the bottom, so I'm just trying to use it up, but it does slide around a lot. Probably in the winter this would be better, because I do have more normal skin in the winter, but right now in the summer I have really, really oily skin, and this just does like not help. It's very dewy, very radiant, which is beautiful on certain skin types, just not on mine. So I probably won't be repurchasing this because I can only use it half the year rather than year round like I can with my Makeup Forever. The next foundation that I took is my IT Cosmetics CC Cream, and I just bought this right before my vacation. I bought the travel size specifically for my vacation. This is just really awesome. It's this really high coverage CC cream, and it's 50 SPF, 50, it says 50 plus SPF, has the UVA, UVB protection. I just love it because it just looks like coverage of a foundation. Mine's in the shade Light, by the way. It's a little bit dark, like it looks fine on my skin tone, but I'm like, I'm light, but I'm not the lightest that they come. So I thought that was a little weird, but it's just really awesome. It just gives this really, really beautiful medium coverage, and it just looks really, really nice. I wore it today. I went to the beach this morning, and I wore it to the beach, and it just looks really, really good, really natural, but it gives you that SPF, and I really like this a lot. So I took this on vacation, and I was very, very impressed. I know the full size is about $40, and I was skeptical about buying the full size to begin with, but I wanted the travel size for my vacation anyway. But I think it would be worth it. I really do like this, especially for the summer. Next for concealer, I brought the travel size Urban Decay Naked Concealer. I had never tried this before, and I went ahead and brought the travel size just to try it out and because I was going on vacation. And I really, really love this concealer. I felt like super in love with it. My mom had it, and I had tried it a couple times, but her shade was too dark for me, so it was hard for me to get a good grasp of what this was really like, because it just didn't look that great because of the color. I have a really hard time with concealers creasing under my eyes, and this one really creases the bare, like a little bit, but just the least out of any concealer I've ever used. And I had tried a lot of drugstore ones, and I just was not happy with them. And I have never really tried a high-end concealer that I tried the Philosophy one, and it was good, but it was just super, super light coverage. But I really haven't gotten that into high-end concealers just because they're so expensive. This is almost $30, not for this size, but the full size is almost $30, and it's just hard to justify spending that much on concealer when it just goes on such a small area, but it really is so important. But I really love this one, and I would definitely buy the full size. Next, going in order of the face, is powder, and I brought my travel size Makeup Forever Ultra HD powder. I got this as a 100-point perk at Sephora, and I really like this powder. It's really beautiful, sits well on the skin. To apply it, I brought my EcoTools brush, and this is just the perfect little travel size. And the brush just go in my bag nicely. I will say about this powder, I've been using the NYX translucent loose powder, and it's just as good. Definitely a dupe for this. It applies just as smoothly, it looks just as beautiful. So this is a really awesome powder, but so is the NYX, and it's a lot cheaper. But I did get this as a perk for Sephora, like I said, and I love that it's travel size, so I can just take it on trips like this. I did bring a couple cream products on my vacation. I don't use cream products every single day. Just when I'm going for a little bit more of a natural look, I'll tend to use them. And on vacation, you don't want to look like cakey, especially in that heat. I tended to use my liquid products because I knew I would, so I brought them. So the two that I really love are the Maybelline Dream BB Bronze. So I would use this as bronzer with my e.l.f. stippling brush. Just go around, bronze up the face, and it just looks really, really natural. And this has a SPF 25, which is really great. And then for my cheeks, I would use my NARS Orgasm Illuminator. and I would use this on my cheeks as a blush. Sometimes I would set it with powder, sometimes not, but both these look really, really beautiful and just really natural, light cream products, are liquid cream, kind of more like liquid products. So I brought these along with my stippling brush. I like this brush the best to apply them, and they just look really beautiful, so I knew I wanted to bring these with me on vacation. They're both pretty small, smaller than my hand, and yeah, they're great for travel as well. Okay, next I'll get into the face powder products. I actually bought a blush while I was there, so I had that with me on vacation, but the one that I brought or would bring normally is my little e.l.f. Duo. If I'm not bringing, I brought along my Urban Decay one too, so I had those as bronzer and blush options as well. But this is the e.l.f. Duo, and they're a little bronzer. It's sort of a dupe for the NARS, a little bit less pigmented, not the same color, but these are two beautiful colors, definitely worth the bang for your buck. This was like $5 or $6, and I had a coupon at Target, so I think it cost me like $4. The packaging is really great quality, really similar to the NARS if we're being honest. The mirror is awesome, and this is just a really good little compact for the blush and bronzer. They're two beautiful colors. So this is perfect for travel. It's like great size, you know, smaller than my hand, and it's just great for traveling. So I love bringing stuff like this on vacation. And for bronzer, I usually use this brush. This is just like an old, I think it's a Clinique brush, or no, this is an old Ulta brush, and I just really love this for bronzing the face and contouring, so I love this. For blush, I bring, here it is, this is also an Ulta brush, just an Ulta blush brush it says, and I use this for the powder blush, and yeah, I just use these. Really easy, simple, cheap products, but they work really well, really great quality for the price. Moving on to eyes, normally this trip I just used the eyeshadows in my Urban Decay On The Run palette, but another great option and something that I would use often traveling is my new Milani palette, and I really love this palette. It does come with a brush in here, but the bristles are just a little too short for me for blending, so the brushes that I like to use are these three. I'll get into that after, but it just has these really pretty warm shades, just everything from like a deeper color for a little bit of a pop, you know, great transition colors, brow bone color, all over the lid color. This is just a great little palette for traveling, and it just kind of has everything you need, which is hard to find in a palette this size. So I really loved using this, but if I were to bring another eyeshadow palette, if I wasn't bringing my Urban Decay On The Run palette, I would bring this one. Like I said, for brushes, I usually bring these three. They're just like the perfect essentials. So this is a Japanese brush my sister got me. It's from Ulta. And it's just such a good blending brush, like honestly one of the best blending brushes that I've used. It's just short enough for, you know, that precision, but long enough for it just blends beautifully, so I love this one. This is just a super old Sonia Kashuk brush I use in tons of tutorials. Just a flat top brush, and I use it for all over the lid. Just really great. These are great quality brushes, and same thing with this Sonia Kashuk. This is a lot longer if you can compare their bristles. Blending brush, and I use this just to blend everything together towards the end of my eyeshadow look. For eyeshadow primer, I love this one. It's the best that I've ever used. A friend gave this to me actually, and this is the Smashbox 24-hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer, and it just works awesome, like such good quality. I know that this is really expensive at the store, so I was really thankful when my friend gave this to me, and it's just really great, and a little bit covers your entire lid. Like literally you just squeeze the tiniest amount and it'll cover both. So I've had this since December, and it looks like I haven't touched it. I'm just dropping everything today, and it looks like I haven't touched it, and I use it all the time. It's just really awesome, especially people with oily skin like myself. Really need to prime my eyelids because they do get oily, they do get creasy really quick. So I'll just put this on, set it with either the powder I'm using for my whole face or a like base color, and everything just blends beautifully. I just love this primer. For mascara, normally I would bring a travel size mascara, but I didn't have any this vacation, and my two fit in here perfectly, but I brought two. I brought my Lancome, this one's Lancome, Grandiose mascara. This is super expensive, but it really is probably one of the best. This and the Too Faced Better Than Sex are the two best mascaras I've ever used. The wand looks like this. I actually have it on right now. I don't have falsies on. And it's just a really, really great high quality mascara, which I would hope for how much I paid for it. And for just a simple waterproof mascara, I brought my L'Oreal Waterproof Luminous Carbon Black Mascara. And I really wanted the telescopic, but I don't know if they make the waterproof. I was been searching for it and I can't find it. I think I said that in my last video. So I just brought this one with me, and it's just this really long wand, and I just wore this for if I was going to the pool, going to the ocean, and I just want this to look like a little bit more put together. I would wear this with like my CC cream and fill in my brows, and it would just make me look a little bit more, you know, or less scary, I should say. Like I met up with a friend at the beach, so I just wanted to look a little bit nice to see her and take pictures and stuff. For eyebrows, I actually just brought this and my L'Oreal. So I'll show you what this is first. This is my NYX Micro Brow Pencil. Love this stuff. Total dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz. It's just really, really awesome. Great quality for a great price. I used it today on my eyebrows, and it's just the perfect. This is the spoolie, and it's just the perfect little tiny tip. Looks like that. And mine is in the shade ash brown, so I just use this to fill in my eyebrows, and then I would use my L'Oreal brow gel to set it, but I actually ran out. It was on its last leg while I was there, so my mom and my sister and I went to a Sephora while we were there one day, and I bought the Gimme Brow from Benefit, and I never used it before, and first of all, it's super tiny, so like look how small. Super tiny, so it is travel friendly. Mine is in the shade 3. I love this stuff. It makes my brows look so good. I have it on right now. Just makes them look so full. I love this. This is the best brow gel I have ever used, just because not only does it set my brows, but it fills them in a little bit, which is hard to find. The L'Oreal one did a good job, but it was just a little bit too thin. I just wanted something a little bit thicker, a little more filling. And so this is definitely the best one I've used. It is expensive. Again, it's $24 just for this tiny little thing, but it is really, really, really good. I would definitely repurchase this. And I've only had it for about 2 weeks now, and I can already tell it's going to be like a holy grail product of mine. That's how much I love it. I forgot to talk about my most favorite thing, which is highlight. On vacation, I brought my tiniest highlight, but also one of my most favorite, and this is the Laura Geller Gilded Honey. Talked about this in my last video, and I just really love this. It just gives you the most beautiful golden glow. If you check back on my last video, you can see this applied to the face. It's just great for travel. It's so tiny, and it just gives this beautiful, beautiful like sun-kissed glow. So I really love this for vacation. And next, for the lips, I brought a couple different things. So first would be a lip liner. This was actually in my Ipsy bag from last September. This is the Lord & Berry Nude Lip Liner, number 3035, and it's just this beautiful nudish brown lip liner, and I really like that for like a nude everyday lip, and I used it with my favorite nude lipstick. This is the Ulta lipstick in 225, and it is just the most perfect nude ever. I'm almost out of it actually, and it's just the perfect nude for my skin tone. It's just it doesn't last too long, but with the lip liner it does a little bit longer, and it's just really, really, really pretty. I've worn it in a couple videos, also in my vlog from last week with all my outfits. For gloss, I bring a travel size gloss. This is the Dior. I got this also as a sample at Sephora, Dior Addict Ultra Lip Gloss, and it's just in this pretty pink color. It is a little bit more sheer on the lips, but it's just great for travel because it's so tiny and cute. So I bring this for gloss, and then for a pop of color, or I also have the gloss in my Urban Decay On the Run, but I don't always bring that, like I said. And then for a pop of color, I bring my NARS, just because it's, again, just a small, you know, this pops off, travel size, you know, pretty tiny lip pencil, and this is in the shade Cruella. Yep, Cruella, and this was the birthday gift from Sephora last year, so I still have it, and it's just a really pretty matte deep red shade, really pretty for Miami, and for nighttime. And last but not least, my bag's empty pretty much. I just threw the lip products back in there. Is my Urban Decay setting spray. This is not travel friendly. They do have a travel size of this, but I just didn't own it, so I just stuffed the whole thing into my bag. But this is the cooling and hydrating setting spray. I really, really love this. It is definitely the best setting spray I've ever used. It's really expensive. Again, it's $30, but it is really good quality. It's definitely the best one I've used. But again, I brought this just to set everything. It's really, really hot, so I wanted my makeup to stay in place, especially with oily skin. And this did a really, really great job. Thank you guys so much for watching my What's in My Travel Bag video. If you have any suggestions or your favorite travel size products for me to check out, just leave them in a comment down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!